All right, I'm going to give my little spin on why I think basically um, margin calling is similar to just you pulling your money out of the bank. When you pull your money out of the bank, you're margin calling the bank essentially. So margin calling is when a bank is not happy with the LVR. So normally $1 million loan, $1 million house, they borrow you 800,000. That's 80% LVR. If that property goes down in value, it goes to 900,000. The 80% LVR would be 720. So they could margin call you $80,000. So they would be comfortable that that would still remain at 80%. So when it comes to you pulling cash out of the bank, you're essentially margin calling the bank. This is the real reason that they don't want you to pull your cash out of the bank. So for every $10,000 you have in the bank, they're making $6,000 interest a year on your $10,000. How? So when you put your $10,000 in the bank, they, from the fractional reserve system, they create an additional $100,000 of new money, and then that is a new loan to someone else, and then they're making 6% on that money every year. So for the $100,000 created, they're making $6,000, which is 6%, $6,000 a year interest every year until that loan, gets paid off or whatever. So when you pull your $10,000 off the bank, or sorry, out of the bank, put it back in your account, you're essentially it's not similar. It's not quite margin calling, but it's very similar to the bank with a margin call. They're saying, hey, that's not the right LVR. You're kind of saying, hey, I just want my $10,000 back. But to them, on their balance sheet, if you take your $10,000 back, that $100,000 loan that they created, it doesn't have anything backing it. They only need 10% because that's the fraction. That's the fractional reserve system. So if you have taken your $10,000 back, they now have to sell that $100,000 worth of debt, and they don't make their $6,000 interest. So for every $10,000 that you have in the bank, the bank is making $6,000 in interest every single year. So the real reason why they don't want you to pull your money out of the bank is not because some security risk or this or that. It's because the fractional reserve system, every $10,000 of your money that you ask for back, it's basically, when you give your money to the bank, just know it's not yours anymore. It's an IOU. That number on the screen is just an IOU this money back. So when you pull large sums of money out, they have to sell the debt linked to it. And then that's the real reason why most banks make you go through these loopholes to pull this money out. So if you find this, if you found that helpful, or you don't know about the fractional reserve, please study it. Like, share, follow, subscribe. See you in the next one.